Let me explain how this works, actually, before we begin. So, this is basically a best out of three each round. There are 3 rounds, plus 2 losers round. First round will involve Guppy versus Dreamer and Moon versus Misclick. And both of them will win, will fight in the semifinals. But before we get to the semifinals, we're going to have the losers round. Losers of both rounds will go head to head. Whoever wins that goes to losers round 2. And then semifinals, whoever wins semifinals in another best out of 3 will go to finals. But the loser will have to fight the one in losers round, and whoever wins that goes to finals. And then whoever wins a best out of 5 will win the tournament. Okay? But while they do select the maps, I'd like to give a big thank you for our sponsor for today's stream, Anchovy Games, the creator of this wonderful game of Table Turf. They supplied us with everything needed to do this. Now let us start. Okay, so Dreamer does start off with a pretty good hand, but yep, they're gonna stay with it. Okay, right away, Dreamer going straight in for the heavy stats, trying to just take a hold of middle right away, because obviously, that is a really good move. But Guppy going in for, going in for the, going for a pretty unorthodox move, going for Big Man. You know, I was in a call with Moon earlier, talking about how Big Man is one of the best characters, which Moon did agree on with me, that Big Man is one of the best characters. Seeing going for a perfect, just hold of middle, while we have Guppy over here, going a little bit back, not doing what they not making sure to just keep their spawn painted. It seems that SA is going for a Gel Lafleur kind of thing, but no, switches on the last second. Trying to figure out a good spot to put this. We have infinite time, so they have as much time they need to think. We have Guppy over here, just continue painting spawn as much as possible. Neither getting any sort of special points, which kinda is gonna be pretty hard for them in the later half. I see they gain a special point. Now, if they play the burst bomb in the correct spot, then they could get another special point, which would be very helpful. But no, they go for they go for a splat bomb instead, which will give them 2 more special points, which will be very useful later in the later half. Currently, Dreamer going for what are they? What is their plan early? But we have Guppy putting a Trizuka, letting them in to SA Dreamer's side, giving we're three last turns, and it seems like Guppy has a chance to retake, which they already have more points, but Dreamer still has a few special points, and we will see if they could do it. Yep, they have a hero shot, which they will be putting into their spawn for a few extra points. Which, will that give them enough? And that's it. That's game, folks. Guppy wins the first round. So, we're gonna... Alright, let's go over to the tournament board and see how it looks. As we can see, Guppy did win the first round, leading them to the next area. Now, the next match is Moon versus Misclick. Now, if Moon was to go over to the thing, we can start round 2. Alright. Okay. So, this is a little bit more of an unorthodox board here. Going in for the certification on the right side. Gets it perfectly in while Cold Shiver, Bandit, Hard, Cold does not get it. But, going in for a classic Swiffer. This is not going to fully solidify their way from the base, but it will be very useful. But they're looking at all the cards, making sure they have the right one. Alright, goes for this. Moon does get into their base, which will be pretty hard for... But Moon did forget that she has a way into her own base. And that might be very bad. Alright, Moon now backing off, making sure to keep her area clean. But will Moon now push up? It seems yes, Moon did in fact push up. Gets a little bit more into her spot. Moon is currently in the winning side. Currently a pretty interesting game. It is very close so far, but Mystic does have multiple points, so that could be very helpful. But we will see. Okay, it's still very close. Moon is somehow still in the lead. Moon might want to step back and get a few special points, because it seems like that'll be very helpful. But we will see what happens. Going in for the Tacticooler thing. Tacticooler special are very useful because specials do, even though they do not have any special points with them, they do cost less than average ability. So they can be very useful for gain some space. It might not be useful to use it might be not useful to do that. They still have to figure out a good way in. Doing a Tri-Slasher here will give them another point, which could let them be good. We are now at the 3 turns left point. Let's see how this ends. Going into the right side, squeegeeing over to the left, making sure to solidify their win, but they do not. They're now basically tied. Now we're gonna see. Okay, so we have Mystic over here now trying to push into her own base, to Moon's base, which will. Let's see how Moon combats this. Does not have enough for her own special, but if she does get one more point, then she will have enough. Moon does a tent attack, giving her another point, letting her use a special, which could be the thing that makes her win. But we will see. Sadly, though, she does have to worry about Mystic here, who also has her own special here ready. This one won't be that many points, but still could be very useful. But we will see. Putting it right there, which will give them the most amount of points. While Moon is still waiting. We will see. But Moon does have a thing. But will that be enough to win? We will see. Alright! And Mystic does get the second win. So that does mean that Mystic will move on. I'm gonna update the board right now. Alright, next game, Dreamer versus Moon. I'm working on the poll. Alright, Moon going for an eel play, it seems like. I'm gonna quickly do this. This map is a pretty weird one, but it does make it so it does make it a little bit more interesting. It's a pretty bad map overall. Okay, we have another special by Dreamer. Dreamer's just making sure to get specials so that Dreamer can probably push in. But will Moon also go for a special? It seems like Moon did not go for a special. She could have gotten a special if she did rotate that down, but she decided not to for whatever reason. We will find out why. A lot of people are saying Mystic is gonna win overall, but we will see. Okay, so Dreamer does have 4 specials now. This is their one chance to push in and just solidify that win. Alright. Dreamer's really thinking hard about what they're gonna do. Alright, Dreamer goes in for the Trizuka, a very good card during this part. Solidifying 10 more points, getting them into the lead. Solidifying even more, which definitely leads to the winner being Dreamer. And we shall play the next round. We will see. Alright, so Mystic over here deciding to choose a pretty good starting hand. Captain is a pretty good card, giving 16 right away. Also, there is time on, which there wasn't meant to be time limit on, but who cares? It's what they decided. 10 seconds per turn. You will see how this ends. Decide. Okay. We have Mystic over here deciding right away. Alright, here's the deal. I gotta get 3 points right away. And so that's what they do. They got 3 points now. That's a pretty good start. If they play the custom junior, then yeah, they will have another point. Perfect. They now have like 5 points. That's very good in the beginning. We will see what they're gonna play a special right away. I see. So we will see what changes. Sadly, that does not give him any more because of the push. Mystic does not have that much of their spawn painted, unlike Guppy here. We'll see if that changes. Alright, just gain more of their spawn painted, it seems like. Very useful. Alright, going in for a special attack. They really just want to make sure they solidify their win. Alright. Okay, so at 90 versus 73, final turn. This is when they use their special. They're going to use Ink Storm at the final part. They're going to use it right there. You don't know if that's a really good spot. But then we have... Oh, a pass! Ooh. This is a pretty close one, folks. Let's see. Alright! And in the final turn, we have Mystic winning that round. Who has a pretty good chance of winning this. We will see, though. Hello there, Leviathan. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so Dreamer versus Guppy is going to be a pretty interesting game, especially since these two are the Dreamer has beaten their way out of the dirt one more round until they can get fully out and survive, while Guppy here has just got destroyed by our basically undefeated champion, has won every single game they have got since they have gotten here. We have a time limit on, which is pretty interesting. Time limits aren't usually nice, but like even with 10 seconds, that's like barely any time, but we will see how that will affect this game, especially with people's life choices. Alright, last second, Dreamer does get the diagonal spot in, getting them a few more points on top, keeping them in the lead. If they focus on defense, which like they are doing currently, they will get enough points to do the do. We're gonna see if they can get a special. Or even if Guppy's gonna get a special in time. They have a Gal point placement, which will give them enough for a special, so if they can throw in a special in time, that will be useful. Do they have enough time to put it in? No! Sadly, they did not have enough time to put in the card. They ran out of time. So they had to sadly pass on the Zinc card. But they do now have enough to use a pretty big card. They could use the Wavebreaker and Trizuka if they play this card correctly. We will see. Sadly, ran out of time. Once again, Dreamer's getting very unlucky with the time limits here. Will Guppy actually get the final win with this? We will find out. Guppy is getting a lot of unlucky placements here. But they did get one in currently, so they actually still have a chance. Especially since... Okay, we will see who won. Alright, Dreamer won by only 1 point. Very lucky. While Guppy stays back behind. Alright. Pretty sad game.